Shoot it, Ben.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
But the thing is, yeah. So I was seeing, like, I sent this to obviously a variety of people, and obviously it was a good pass because him. It's not okay. Yes, there was two defenders by his side, but also waiting for him, who was ready to smack that away, was Giannis. Now he would have gone up for a layup, and that ball would have been in Timbuktu, bro, because Giannis would have smoked that away. Yeah. So it carries him. I'm thinking, it's not smart because he's got three defenders on him, bro, and what KD's there behind. Why am I not gonna pass it to him? So it makes sense, but I think it's just a frustration of him not actually being aggressive and enough. Like, we've seen what he can do in Philly. We've seen him at his best. We've seen him. I'm not gonna say at his best because there's things that he was doing. He was good. Yeah. We've seen how he can be aggressive. Even was it not a game where he went for like 50 or 40? And I didn't think he even took a jump shot, bro. Yes, Ben Simmons, he scored like 40 something points. Do you?
Yeah, check it. That's what I'm looking.
Are you
at.
serious?
I want you to check this because I've never heard that before in my life.
You know about
40 points. Have we started?
100%.
Take it to the rim.
I'm gonna.
While you're doing that, Rodney, let me talk about this guy. So can you at least do a little introduction there, because you started.
Okay. The Wi-Fi's moving a bit mad. All right, God. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, baby mums and baby dads, cats, rats, all them things there. Welcome to another episode of Take It to the Rim podcast with myself, Rods.
AKA.
Shoot it, Ben. AKA, why is Steve Nash still there?
Oh, God, yeah.
Goodness me. I'm here today. We've got man like Clipper Cam.
What's good?
And we've got a guest today, man like Teon No Wayne. Come on. So, NBA this week has been
eye-opening.
Yes.
Some people it's been eye-watering. For other people, I'm just just like last week. I'm just happy to be back. Happy to be watching the game that I enjoy watching the most. The first official week has been in the books now, isn't it?
Yes, it has.
There have been a few shocking games, a few non-shocking games. Just quick one, notable. That Phoenix and Golden State game was not very competitive. It started out pretty close, and then Phoenix just started pulling away, and Clay got ejected. Him and Devin Booker seemed to it's not a beef thing.
It's not a beef thing, but it was go back and forth. Obviously,
I love to see it though, man.
Yeah, same position, so
Draymond needs to take a leaf out of Clay's book, innit? It's not, you don't always need to swing in it.
Yeah, and it's just one of the ones where, like, obviously the kind of player that Clay was and the kind of player that Devin Booker is as well, it was always going to be a clash of the shooting guards of the two guards, and that's fine, 100%. And you know, Clay, he loves to trash talk, and obviously he's talking about the four rings, and he's like, all right, it's cool. And like D-Book was suffering for how long? This is obviously his chance, but yeah, it's good to see, man. It's not a beef thing, but they do it all the time. It's
all in the nature of the game, and when you're competitive, when you're of the elite. And what I loved about it is at the end of it, Devin Booker was like, I respect the hell out of him. He said he got 4 rings. He does have 4 rings. Like, he's not lying.
He ain't lying.
He ain't lie about that.
What did Clay finish with on the game? It wasn't that high, was it?
He got ejected I'm not saying pretty early, but he got ejected in the third, I think it was.
Yeah, but do you remember what he was actually on?
I don't remember. He wasn't. It wasn't all that. It's not the Clay that we used to see him. But
I said on the pod what I expect from Klay Thompson from now on going forward. It's the 18. All jump shots, minimal dribbles, and I think that's fine. And he's already playing better defense than I thought he was going to be playing. Like the defense he was playing on Devin Booker was great. Oh, he had in 19 minutes 2 points and 2 assists. Yeah, big yikes.
So obviously Devin Booker tries to talk about that, but then he's like, yeah, well, I got 4 rings.
Devin Booker
been pivotal.
Devin Booker dropped 34 and 7.
He's making it look
when I
effortless, though.
Talking about Ben Simmons, yeah, I was right about it. It was 42 points, 12 assists, 9 rebounds.
The nigga still suck. Let's talk about Ben. So, what have I taken away from watching Brooklyn so far? Game 1, I was encouraged. I was like, you know what? Even though you guys didn't lose, I saw points at which you guys can be really effective. And you said it in the group chat. You're the exact same team as you were last year. It
feels
Ben,
like the exact same team. No, not the exact same team. It feels like we've got the same problem.
Bro, you have zero offense. You literally have zero offense. I don't see any sets.
Defensively, yes, we have
Royce O'Neal, nice addition. Ben Simmons,
great wing defender, and Ben Simmons. So, perimeter-wise, yeah, but interior,
he's fouled out in
3 games.
They were saying that Ben has almost more fouls than he did points at one point. That's concerning.
Yeah, but
bro,
it's a bit peak. The way he's been officiated as well is a bit of a Mazzoline.
Slyly, I can't lie. Ben right now is looking like one of the most overrated players we've seen in a while. And do you know why? Because he's not giving you enough offense. You're wrong. I think he had 9 assists in the last game that you guys had. But I think he only had like 4 points. He goes quiet for chill. Another thing as well, Giannis was eating him alive. Pause. Like no, he was. I'm not having it.
Too little,
bro. I'm not having
the game that I just played. Yeah?
The game that the Brooklyn Nets just played against the Milwaukee Bucks. Like between them two. Obviously, I'm not saying Ben is anywhere near as good as Giannis, but defensively, I need you to be in your bag. And Giannis was having his way, bro. Giannis was treating him like he was cooked food, bro. Like he was cooked food. It was crazy. He's doing back downs. And Ben couldn't do anything with him, bro. Ben was flopping. Ben was trying to hide on the floor. I don't think he wanted any part of that.
But would you as a Nets fan, would you just take it as this is what 5 games in? 5 games in. He's still learning with this team.
That's what I'm saying. And like even with the deep as well, he's not as at his strongest.
What do you mean?
Physically wise. Like he's not at his strongest.
Rodney.
He's not. No, he's not.
Rodney.
No, he's not.
What do you mean by that, sir? Sorry, I just need to clarify.
Physically, he's not where he. Obviously, he hasn't played for how long? So
he's got
physically,
broke back.
He's
broke back.
Exactly. So physically, he's not as strong as he has been. Yeah. So them back downs are. Remember that back surgery is not a joke. You know.
Yeah.
So if you hold a shoulder to your chest from Giannis, that could reset all the progress you've made.
Yeah. That's what happened to Michael Porter Jr. a couple of years. When was it? A year ago.
Yeah,
but he's not.
Even now, he's not playing.
He's not at his strongest right now.
Rodney.
And on top of that, it's been what 5 games?
Well, okay.
But the thing is, so are you telling me in 4 to 5 games, Ben Simmons should know that he should be super gelled in?
What are we talking about? What are you talking about, Jordan?
Yeah, bro, you're saying okay,
no, chill. The thing that people have been most critical of Ben for, I haven't mentioned the fact that he's not shooting. I don't care about the fact that Kyrie Irving passed the ball. Ben had 2 feet in the paint and didn't even look at the basket. I didn't even mention that. What am I talking about? The 2 things that he's good at. That's all I'm asking him to do. The 2 things he's good at: pass and distribute the ball, and defend.
But this is what I'm saying. But the thing is, when it comes to passing now, in terms of how the offense is run, he's not taking as a big command as he should do. Yeah. Just because, how many times did you see dribble handoff with him and Kyrie? Almost every single time they went down the court. Yeah. Kyrie's also got a bit of an issue, but obviously he scored. He needs to be.
What's Kyrie's issue?
He needs to be more of a 2-guard and try to play a bit more off ball. Yeah. He was.
They let Ben bring up the ball, but when Ben's not doing, first of all, when Ben's not pushing tempo, he's useless. In my opinion, there was a few times I was watching the game, and there were guys, the wings were streaking down the sides, either sideline, and Ben's just dribbling up the ball like he's LeBron, like he's got time. He's chalk on his chest. We ain't got time for that,
he's
bro.
He's definitely moving it up because even when I was watching games, he's bringing the ball, so he's not going as fast as. And I'm like, I don't know, he's not that slow. Yeah, he's a fast guy.
But he's not the defensive player that he used to be.
But he's got to get back in. I mean, if you haven't played for a whole year and now you're coming back in, you expect to be guarding the best player in the world
bro,
at a high level.
I'm not cap. The thing is, I'm not cap.
Not everyone is Kawhi. Not everyone is Kawhi.
100%. But
and Kawhi will still probably get his back broke by Giannis. Yes, he would.
Pause. I just want to say, I'm not saying that Ben needs to reduce Giannis to 10 points. Yeah, I said Giannis to 10 points, 15 points, whatever. But bro, like the same way that Pat Bev was talking about Chris Paul, Ben Simmons was slightly a cone, man. He was. Did
he score all 43 points on Ben Simmons' head?
I'd say he gave him at least 25. You can't lie. He gave him at least 25.
25.
He did though. He did. You're saying it's a stretch, but he was guarding Giannis for every time he was on the court. Every time those two were on the court, Ben was guarding Giannis.
I think what's more concerning is the fact that we're 5 games in and he's fouled out.
Why?
In multiple games.
Zero discipline.
No. We're not putting all of that on Ben Simmons.
Who are you putting that on?
The officiating has been poor. Don't even do that. This is what I mean. Don't do that, because if you saw even at least the 2 or 3 fouls that when he fouled out in Memphis, right? That last foul shouldn't.
You're saying that's not a foul?
No, it wasn't a foul. It wasn't a foul.
That last one shouldn't have been a foul.
Let's speak facts though. Let's speak facts. You're on 5 fouls, yeah? Why are you behaving like that?
No, because he's done that before to Ja Morant and it worked out. He was successful.
When Ja Morant recorded it and said that's why I did that. 2 years ago? Come on, bro.
And it's not like it was a late game situation as well.
I would have called the foul the second Ben put his hand on him like that. You can't. We all know that you cannot hand check anymore. We know that, right?
Bro, but it's not.
No, but we know you can't do it. He put his hand on him and he bumped him a little bit. That should have been called a foul.
What's the difference between Marcus Smart or Pat Bev doing that compared to Ben Simmons? Because I see them do it all the time.
They flop.
Huh?
That's the difference. They flop. That's the difference.
Okay.
I'm not trying to compare any of those guys because we know.
No, but what I'm trying to say is the actual motion that he did. I've seen players do that. And not
yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. Yes. And players like Pat Bev and Marcus Smart do it on a regular.
Bro, even when he was playing against the Pelicans and he swiped the ball clean out of Zion's hand and they called a foul, he's not being officiated fairly.
All right, can't lie. I understand.
At least
Rods,
2 fouls.
Rods,
at least 2
Rods,
fouls.
I understand that, innit? But the point is, once you get to that 5th foul, even before the 5th foul, you should know, if this is how they're officiating, if this is how they're doing this, I need to tone it back a bit. It's not working, whatever you've been doing. For you to be on 5 fouls and still acting like nothing's changed, that's you. That's you. You can only blame the officials to only a certain extent.
If you tone it down and you're still getting those fouls, what's the point? You might as well go out swinging. What is the point? No, because when he was against the Pelicans and he wasn't even playing as aggressive and just defensively, he wasn't playing aggressive defense. It was clean defense. Just his hands were up, like he was praising the Lord all the time. His hands were up there. Boom.
Yeah.
Just chest, clean swipe.
Yeah.
Holding back, foul.
Yeah.
Bro, you know what? I might as well swing him and get the foul as well, because it's the same thing. At least I'm gonna get more out of it.
Okay, Rodney, but
it's the truth.
Rods, we're talking about the guy fouling out, innit? You can blame the officials to a certain extent. 100% you can. But at the end of the day, yeah, you cannot blame every single official that officiates his game. Because then you're going to say, what, there's a conspiracy against Ben Simmons 100%. Now?
There's a conspiracy.
Rodney, come on, man.
Yes, there is.
Rodney, come on.
Yes,
he's not that good. He's not that good.
Yes, there is. Bro,
there's
Adam Silver has sent them refs on a mission for a reason, bro.
Okay.
Tell me I'm lying.
You're lying.
I'm not.
You're lying.
I'm not.
You're lying.
It's the truth.
I think we're 5 games in. It's going to take some time.
I said
take some time to do what though? What are we talking about here?
Because
what do you expect? 5 games in, you expect him to be already.
Have I asking
no,
for
but that's how you're making it.
Because you're being biased. You're being biased.
That's how you're making it.
You're being biased. We're talking about Teon. As an unbiased person, am I asking for a lot for him to play better defense? Or just have a better flow in terms of assisting his teammates. If you're not going to contribute 10 points a game, I need more assists. I need more from you, bro. That your only contribution cannot be dribbling up the ball to give the ball to KD.
I think we haven't seen what we've seen from Ben Simmons. Yes.
Yeah.
I think it will get there. Yes. But right now it is 4 points. What was it? 9 rebounds, 9 assists. I think that's what his stat line was.
I think that's his best passing game he's had this year.
Yeah, like for me, I would put more blame on Steve Nash not putting him in opportunities to thrive in.
We can talk about Steve Nash. We can definitely talk about Steve Nash.
I just think that so first of all, if there are no offensive sets, right? Number one, how do you expect someone to play with his style and no offensive sets? This ain't 2K the park, bruv, where you could just do what you want. This ain't you can't, bruv. Yeah, you know what I mean?
I so do a million dribble moves and then just step back free.
It's not like so, because there's no, like, do you know, there's no offensive sets that they play, right? There is offensive sets that they have. Whether it's being used, it's not. I don't know. Do you know what it is? Them offensive sets left when Kenny Atkinson went because Steve Nash bought just vibes. That's all he done.
Barely
and,
that,
and
bro.
TikToks,
Barely,
which is pissing me off. He needs to be back. Bring back Andrew Tate and take away Steve Nash. That's what I'm saying. That's what needs to happen. Number one. No offensive sets, right? So it's all a shambles because then it's just possible to KD and Kyrie. They'll get us a bucket, but that's not enough. There's only so much they can do. Unless they're both averaging 43 points for the whole season, is a myth. Is a myth because then no one gets going. How many shooters? Joe Harris, Seth Curry, Patty Mills, the Morris twin,
Markeith. I think you guys have
Markeith. Yeah, so those are 4 shooters. We need to get them in rhythm. Got to get them in rhythm. Got to get the ball moving, and that's why. And I know KD likes a system and he wants the ball to be moved. Yes, okay, cool. I don't know what is happening offensively, not being done. Yeah. Then you got guys like Daron Sharp, who is in the lineup, who can't even score 5 feet from the basket, and he's 6'10". I don't even know why he's send him to the G League first of all.
I hear your point on Daron Sharp, but you've got much bigger problems than him.
He's a big problem.
He's not a big problem.
Yes, he is.
He's not a big problem because he doesn't start on your team. Yes, he gets 20-something minutes a game.
That's too
but
much.
That's because you have no bench depth, 100%.
And we don't have a backup center.
He's your backup center. That's what I'm saying. Rodney, I'm curious. From your head coach, you want him to instill confidence in your team, right?
Confidence, control, and leadership.
100%.
I'm not getting none of that from him.
I don't think Steve Nash knows what to do with Ben Simmons. I think he has absolutely no idea whatsoever.
I don't think he knows what to do with the team as a whole.
Yeah, but I think he doesn't know.
He doesn't know how to use it. Because he doesn't know how to use the team as a whole, he don't know how to insert Ben Simmons in the right way. Because I'm saying to Ben Simmons, when you get that ball, you run down like you're being chased by ops. Yeah. You push the pace. You're 6'10", 200 and whatever pounds. You go full speed, like about to tap the basket. You're surrounded by shit. You got KD, Kyrie, Joe Harris, Seth Curry,
and if
for example. Let's say that. Yeah. But you push the pace, and the team has to move at that tempo. Kyrie will run the floor. Yeah, Joe Harris will run the floor. Patty Mills will run the floor.
KD can be the trailer if you want.
Trailer as well run the floor for a shot. Boom. Off the rebound, go. That's exactly what should happen off that. Now, when it comes to sets and such now, ideally, you'd want him at the top of the key, to see the rest of the floor. So then when there's pin downs or whatever offensive players are playing, because I understand, okay, right now his IQ's not super sharp, but he has a decent enough IQ to see what's going on and find the open man instead of trying to get... Right now, the way he's passing like he's trying to get the Diamond Badge in Hall of Fame. And he's just getting hella turnovers. That needs to stop because there's too many dribble handoff, trying to do too many bounce passes through like 5, 6, 7 defenders. Like, relax.
But Rod, it's not just that. You have to factor in what's happening around you. And I feel like Steve Nash I can put 30% of the blame on Ben. The rest of the blame has to go to Steve Nash. On offense, if you watch the game with Milwaukee, for instance, Giannis was guarding Ben, and where was Giannis when Ben was bringing up the ball? Just above the free throw line, right? Playing help. Drew Holiday's guarding KD. KD's got to come off how many screens to get the ball now? Once he gets him, Drew Holiday's right in front of him. Giannis is playing immediate help, or Giannis is playing deny while Ben's literally there, 2 hands on the ball, already picked up his dribble now. He can't bounce it again, looking for a pass to either KD or Kyrie.
That's what I'm saying. Once KD comes off those screens and gets the ball, I'm saying Ben Simmons to use that screen on Drew, because once that happens, Giannis is not going to leave KD open like that. He's going to have to step up, and then Ben Simmons roll to the basket. I don't care if Drew Holiday is a very good defender, but Drew Holiday is what, 6'2"?
Yeah.
You are 6'10".
That's a big man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
100%.
You're 6'10". If I screen and Drew Holiday is on me, I'm going to kill you. I don't care if you can't feed your family. You're done. That's how you have to be. But then it becomes the mindset. Is he going to do that? Is he going to be aggressive? We don't know. He's like a deer in headlights now, thinking, okay, I don't know. I don't want to ruffle any feathers with KD and Kyrie because they're the best guys here and our score is coming there. So I don't ruffle no feathers.
But that's...
And he's being timid. And because he's being timid, they're like, bro, Ben, be aggressive.
Yeah.
But then we got to sit here. When did he get to the Nets? Was it January?
Yeah.
January.
Yes.
So the way that I see it is we're 5 games in. He's not performing well, but Steve Nash has had time to build some sort of playbook for him.
In my head, all those guys that they made moves for in a free agency was it with the thought process that Ben Simmons is going to be the starting point guard this team. They've been knowing 100%. It for a while. They've been knowing it for a while. I don't know to what extent this is going to be a problem. Yeah. But I would say Ben being like this makes KD and Kyrie look a lot more mortal. Saying that they're still going to get their points. That's fine, regardless. They're always going to get theirs. That's fine. But this is what I see now is exactly where the problem started for you guys in the playoffs, where everyone knows because this guy is not. I mean, Ben wasn't even there, but it's like having another shit player on your team, basically. Because we know this guy is not going to do much offensively. We can zone in on these 2 guys, and if they stop those 2 guys, you guys are finished. Obviously, that's most teams. If you stop their 2 best players, but it's a lot easier to do when you don't have to guard Ben on the 3-point line, and Ben is out there on the 3-point line. Ben needs to be in the paint. Like Ben needs to be in the post on every possession. I don't see that traditionally your point guard will start the offense on the 3-point line, right? There's nothing stopping him from posting up and then starting the offense from there.
So then why don't they just play Ben at the 5 and do it as like a playmaking 5?
I've been saying this though. There was a time.
They're not trying to experiment. They should be experimenting at that. Play him at the 5.
But do you think that's just because of Claxton? And you have to give
Claxton,
him minutes.
In my head, Claxton is not enough for you
to be a 5.
Because that 5 would actually be. Who would it be? It'd be Kyrie. It'd be Seth Curry or Joe Harris.
I'll have Kyrie, Seth,
KD,
Royce, and Ben.
And then Ben.
I'll do that because then all you'd have to do, because whoever I'd rather put, all right, Seth at the point, Kyrie at the 2, because at least Seth, he's not as aggressive when he's hot. Well, does whatever, but he's catch and shoot. I would do that, so that at least you can try and get the switch. Even if you try and get the switch where Ben just be in the post. I mean, putting him in the post against center is going to be like, okay, you know what I mean? It's a bit, but if you can try to get that switch off, so that's what I'm saying. Ben Simmons needs to be the screener because if he's at the 5 and you put him now to screen against whoever is the point, whoever's on Seth or Kyrie or even KD, it's just screen and roll. And even if you're screening and rolling, go like you're going to attack because someone is going to collapse. As you start doing it now, let's say 3 times in a row, at some point someone's going to collapse. Who's out there? Shooters. But they're not experimenting.
If I was Steve Nash, one of the first things I'd be doing is doing Ben Simmons and whoever your other guard is, even including Kyrie screens, because all you're looking for is mismatches.
Yeah.
You need to exploit where he will be successful and where Kyrie will be successful. More time than not, they're not gonna have a point guard guarding Ben Simmons.
Exactly.
Because Kyrie's still on the court. They need someone quicker to keep up with him. So Ben's gonna have either a 3 on him or maybe even a 4 or a 5. If that's the case, come Kyrie do a screen, get a switch mismatch. Kyrie's either got a big on him now, or Ben Simmons now has a guard on him. That's either a post up or that's a ISO play with Kyrie. It's not that difficult, innit? And I don't even like the way that you guys are doing off ball screens for KD as well. I don't like it because you got him fighting over like 3 guys. It doesn't make sense, bro.
He ain't Seth Curry, man.
And it's for mid-range shots as well. It's for mid-range shots as well, innit? Like, I get he has that bag, but KD can get those mid-ranges by himself. It's the 3s that you guys should be exploiting, because that's what you need. When you have a guy like Ben on the floor, you're instantly going to take less 3-pointers than all the other teams. To keep up with them, you need to increase the volume of everyone else. So when KD's on that court, that off-ball screen for him needs to be going out to the 3-point line. And if he needs to work to the mid range, that's fine. But I think that's a settling for a mid range shot. Also, didn't give him enough time to create distance and space.
Yeah, I think he definitely needs to go 3. We'll see how it runs when Seth Curry is back, because then that might kind of change dynamics too. Like Joe Harris as well, he's still find his feet too.
Yeah.
So
Seth,
I think the tempo of the game will get a lot quicker.
Seth comes back, his ankle as well. So there's a lot of gelling to do and a lot of stuff to do for the Nets. Is it going to be done? See, Steve Nash being head coach there, I'm say maybe there's a 20-30% chance things are going to be done. But I think once there's kind of more of a gel, and I think, and this is where the underlying issue is there as well, is that KD has to come out of his comfort zone and just lead this team and say, look, Kyrie, I know you're skilled, but this is how we're running. This is how we're running it. This is how it has to be done. I understand that. If it annoys you, go Sage, come back, renew, go there. We go from there.
Get yourself
Ben,
in the right man frame.
You need to be aggressive. There's people talking shit about you. They've been cussing you all year. You need to play like every single one of them people on the court, and you just need to bust everyone's ass. People in the league, they're all talking about
Factual.
you. Bust their ass. Let them know who you are. Be aggressive. If you make mistakes, oh well, you're gonna make mistakes. But at least if the mistakes decrease, you'll get more comfortable.
I would rather you make mistakes trying to be aggressive.
Exactly.
Because he's still getting turnovers being passive as well.
Yeah.
He's passing mad lazy as well. That's one thing I wanted to talk about.
Yeah,
very lazy.
Yeah, I've seen it.
All the passes, I can't say all. A lot of the passes he's making are very telegraphed. Like you can see he's about to make them from a mile away. They're not quick. They're not bullet passes or anything like that. Very lazy, very sloppy. And I feel like, cool, I know you're still warming up to it, but bro, I don't want to write him off because I don't think he's written off yet. But if I was a Nets fan, I would be concerned just because Ben had a good situation in Philly and it didn't work. You've now put him with two of the best offensive players in the whole entire league, in the history of the league. You've given him ideally the best situation you can have, and everyone else is pretty much a shooter. Yeah. If it doesn't work here, where's it gonna work?
No, it's true.
You know, and that contract that he's done is not going to age any better as well. So he needs to play better.
Yeah, I think it's just every sort of 5 games we just sort of need just to analyze. But by the time he gets to like the 15-20 mark, he needs to be kind of hitting the ground running. But like obviously, to get in the game shape, he's got to play game. So
I need to see 18, 7, and 8. Like that sort of stat.
I think it just takes one game. I honestly think for him, it's just one game.
Yeah.
Once there's one game where he's aggressive and he gets his little 15, 7 and 7 or whatnot, just that one game. Once he clocks raw, you know what? I can be aggressive and it still works for the team. But I think he just needs to see that one game for him to.
Do you want to hear Ben's averages?
Oh, I know it's like 4.9.
5.2 points on 45% shooting, which is shocking because you know he's not shooting. 5.8 rebounds, 7.5 assists. The only number that's remotely close to his career averages is 7.5 assists. How is he shooting 45%? How is he shooting 45%?
Oh no, man! I did see him take a post spin fade from the mid range.
How'd that go?
Yeah,
How'd that go?
It's trial and error, innit?
He needs to take it to the ring.
100%.
We need to see. What we just need to do is see how they go. Once it's a 20 game mark, let's see exactly what's happening from there, and then from there, if there's an improvement, great. Keep going that way. But my just concern is that even if any improvement needs to be made, I don't know if, not necessarily that it is essentially also down to Steve Nash, because not like the players going to be like, all right, cool, Steve Nash, we're going to do everything from here. That's not going to work out well. So we just got to see from there what's going to happen. If Joe Tsai and Sean Marks don't see that, listen, this Nash dude, with all respect, he's garbage as a coach. Player, great. Coach, garbage. So it's either we tell him, listen, you need to do this, and if you are telling your coach what to do, you already know you need to get rid of him. So we just got to see what happens.
I don't know who you guys would replace him with, though. I mean, hopefully a vacancy comes up, but right now, it's looking bleak for you. The draw will be worse as well if KD and Kyrie play well. Like that would be if KD and Kyrie play well and you guys don't have a good year.
Because they're playing well.
They're playing well right now. Yeah.
They're doing what they need to do.
They literally went toe to toe with Grizzlies the other day.
Like
they're doing what they need to do. Kyrie's, in my head, Kyrie's not coming back. There's no chance in hell Kyrie's coming back to Brooklyn.
Bro, yeah. Like,
so he's just playing for his contract.
When I heard that shoot it, man, I said, this nigga wants
He said it loud.
He said it
loud.
Yeah, he said it loud.
He didn't say it, he shouted it.
Yeah. He shouted it.
Disheartening, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ben got the assist, but like,
because even when I saw that game, it was like, all right, cool. Kyrie got 37, KD got 37, Jamal Mark got 38. Then I'm thinking, Desmond Bain, why did you guys allow Desmond Bain to get 38 points? I don't care. How did you allow that? And then when I was looking at the defense, the rotation was poor. I'm just like, bro, we've got these perimeter defenders for what's going on.
Maybe the question is, do you have perimeter defenders?
No, they do.
I mean, no. Royce O'Neal. has been good. I'm not going to take away.
And then
we need to see what TJ Warren's going to do. He needs to come back first. Yeah.
So who are these other perimeter defenders? Because it don't sound like it sounds like you have a perimeter defender.
Yeah, because we can't even put Ben in the perimeter because most of the time, if it's like okay, so if we're talking about contending teams, if we're going, let's say from the East alone, he's not really on the perimeter all the time.
I think the place that Ben is most effective is guarding guards. Like that's
the thing.
Because he can. I don't know if he still can, but because he can slide his feet, that's where he's most effective. I think it's almost a waste of time to have him on Giannis. I mean, it's a waste of time to have him on someone like Giannis, Joel Embiid, like that. There's no point because they're gonna win, innit?
That's what I'm saying.
You put him on the James Hardens. You put him on the Drew Holidays kind of thing to slow them down, innit? And
because like if it comes to, for example, like Milwaukee, you're gonna have to put him on like the Chris Middletons, for example. When it comes to Celtics, now you're gonna put him on the Jaylen Browns or Jason Tatum. Atlanta, DeJounte Murray, Trae Young.
Yeah,
he's like you say, he's most effective at guarding guards. So but the thing is, I think if we just had a more solidified center, where let's say Claxton came off the bench and we had more of a solidified center that can hold his own defensively, to then allow Ben to not be guarding the post and have him in the perimeter, that will drastically change a lot of things as well.
Let's see if you guys can make a move for someone. I mean,
if not, I'm gonna have to step in, man.
And do what?
Do things that I done last year, man.
Oh, how did it work out for you last year?
I mean, I done my job in it, but the rest I couldn't do much about that. Okay. But moving away from this team that's been depressing me.
I said moving on swiftly.
Yeah, I had to, man. Oh goodness, I've been staying up just to be angry and shouting, bro. The Lakers are the hottest mess of the Western Conference.
It's garbage.
They are complete, pure, utter garbage, and it's sad to see. It's sad. Like, I know LeBron's tired, bro.
You don't care,
bro. It's just giant. And AD, I can't take it anymore. The guy. How did he hurt his back hanging on the rim?
He's a fraud, man. He is a fraud.
Like, he was hanging on the rim. He comes out and he's walking, holding. I'm thinking, bro, what did you do last summer? Because clearly you did.
This might be. He was in phase videos. He was in phase videos saying he hadn't grabbed a basketball in months.
Yep. Since April.
All that stiffness happened. Like, what are your thoughts with the Lakers, with the situation with Russ? Where do they go from here? Because it is not looking good for them.
I think where we were speaking about Steve Nash, and I will give the blame to Steve Nash in the Brooklyn Nets situation. I think slowly it's going to get to a point where Darwin Ham's going to be the reason, and that's what it will attract to naturally because they're not winning. I will say, and I'll be honest about this, that it's just not working, and the play styles between LeBron and Russ are very similar, but they can't coexist. Throughout LeBron's career, he's always had a shot creator next to him or someone that can just get a bucket. And what we're seeing is basically the same personalities on the floor at the same time, not knowing what to do. I actually watched a clip on Instagram the other day of Russ and Bradley Beal and how successful that was. And I'm sitting there and like it was a what if moment. What if the Lakers just kept Kuzma and KCP? They probably do a whole lot better than they're currently doing at the moment. But it's sad to see because, you know, Russ had a great game one. That first game, I think it was like 20.
11, I think.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And looking at it now, it's gonna get to a point where fans are gonna look at Russ and be like, "What are you doing?" Like, he made that silly mistake on that play where I think it was like 30 seconds left, 18 seconds on the shot clock.
He took a pull-up mid-range where Portland
that used to be his bag.
That used to be his bag.
That's what I'm thinking. That used to be his bag. Yeah. Bank shot. I'm just like, raw, what's happening?
Portland refused to play defense on not just him, but the whole team.
Yeah. Like, Nurkic was disrespectful that night.
You know what?
Absolutely.
Rightfully so. The Lakers fucking suck at shooting, bro. They are the worst 3-point shooting team in the league. It's not even close.
GTA ballers.
Bro, 100%, bro. 100%, they're garbage. And the worst thing about the Lakers is they don't stop shooting. Like, you'd think if a team isn't one of the better ones out there at something, they would reduce the amount of times they do it to stop them. But they just keep jacking up threes.
But what stopped them from making that trade for Buddy Hield and Miles Turner?
They didn't want to give the pick.
Rightfully so, because LeBron will not be here at that point. They're going to be terrible for years to come now.
Yeah.
That absolutely terrible for years to come. Especially if, and let's be honest, Russ is gone at the end of this year. LeBron has 2 more years after this year.
Yeah.
After that, they're not going to be an attractive spot to go to, because who have they got?
100%.
AD, who's never healthy, and when he's here, he isn't very good. That's a fact. I'm going to make a claim, whatever. I don't blame Russ for any of this shit.
No, I don't.
Lakers being shit has nothing to do with Russell Westbrook and everything to do with Anthony Davis. Everything to do with Anthony Davis. I don't think he's living up to his expectation. What the Lakers brought him in to do, which was take the mantle, take over from LeBron. Let LeBron just pass Kareem and then just chill. Be the second option on that team. And LeBron is out here carrying. I say carrying, but they're losing.
He was second in scoring last year,
bro. That obviously because AD was hurt and stuff like that, I understand. But the fact that LeBron is still the number one option in this team
20 years later,
bro. Anthony Davis is 30, I think now. He's been he got drafted in 2012.
He might even be younger.
Younger than that.
Nah, bro. He got drafted in 2012.
Is he actually 30?
Yeah, I think so. He's either 29 or 30.
29.
Was he 30?
Next year.
Okay. So he's on the cusp.
29 in March.
Okay, cool. So he's on the cusp. He's on the cusp of 30, innit? That's supposed to be the prime of your NBA career, and we're seeing the worst basketball he's ever played.
Yeah.
Like since the bubble, we haven't seen a good Anthony Davis.
Listen, I knew this was going to happen from when he made the statement after winning just his first ring. I have nothing left to prove.
Bullshit, bro. Bullshit. He looks. I agree with you. What he said was bullshit.
Yeah, 100%. Because I'm thinking
he's satisfied.
Like after that,
it's the opposite of mama mentality.
Yeah, literally.
After that, it was just everything just went downhill from there. And 100%, I don't blame Russ, because I can't blame Russ, because if you look at every single team before in the past, he's performed. Why? Surrounded by shooters and people who will run. Last year, he was with a bag of bones at the old folks' home. They weren't running, and like, not to say anything like about Shaq, but Shaq was saying Russ needs to slow down. No, he doesn't.
He needs to speed up.
Yeah.
Everyone else needs to speed up, because he will run the floor, and he will basically do what Simmons isn't doing.
Yeah.
He will run the floor, and he's aggressive. He's athletic. If the layup's there, he will take it.
Yeah.
But because we know his abilities to get to the rim, usually he has shooters or people running with him, where it's just a pass, a kick out, whatever. Doing that now. Let's say he runs, he gets there, gets past his man, boom, now they collapse, pass it out, Pat Bev. What's really going to happen here? Pass it out to AD. By the time he catches his ball, all his fingers are broken.
Yeah.
LeBron, like, is the only guy who'll be, okay, if you pass out to LeBron the free, okay, you have a chance. Lonnie Walker's shooting ass, Kendrick Nunn, I don't even know. So it's like the team, the way, what they've surrounded Bron with and AD and Russ, like, if the other two on the floor were just pure shooters, then it could make a bit of sense. But I'm not blaming Russ at all. It's just not working. It's not clicking. It's just done. What they've surrounded, how they've put this Lakers team together.
Yeah, Rob Pelinka needs to be questioned.
I don't understand why they extended him. Because this is why. What have I said, Cameron, all this time, and it's not happening?
Genie Bus needs to
bust it down and tell Rob Pelinka, you're out or you listen to me. Because I don't know what on earth this Pelinka guy is doing, but he is garbage. No one's going to question. I don't understand. No one say, do you know what this guy
no one
put
what's happening
around on this? What has he put around these three guys on this team? It makes no sense.
I'm looking at Russ's numbers, and I might have to give him some blame. Fuck me.
Yeah, but the thing is, no one's doing anything as well, so he's forcing it.
This is the point I'm saying. So, I think Russ looks at himself and says, you know what? I'm not a great 3-point shooter, but neither are any of these niggas.
Exactly.
So I back myself over backing them. Like, who's the best 3-point shooter in the Lakers? Maybe Lonnie Walker? maybe it's not Austin Reeves. It's not like from the starters anyway. It's between Pat. I think Pat Bev might have had the highest.
It might be
three-point
Pat Bev,
which is absolutely arse.
and he's like 34%. I
It's
think
not great,
33.
yeah. Russ is shooting 1 for 12 from the 3-point line this season.
I did see that stat.
8% from 3. Yeah. He's shooting
8.
8% from 3.
8.
1 for 12.
8.
8. Yeah. He's averaging 10 points, 6.7 rebounds, 4.3 assists, 2 steals. But I mean, he's only played 3 games. He's shooting 28.9% from the field. He had against the Clippers, which is the worst game I've ever seen Russell Westbrook play.
Yeah.
0
for 11, 2 points.
0 for 6 from the free as well, innit?
He had 5 steals in that game, though.
Yeah, and he got some key steals off Kawhi.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, shout out to him. Them niggas still fucking lost. I wish Jules was here, bro, by the way, because we recorded the day of that game,
yeah.
just before the game.
Mm.
And he said, and when he was talking about the outcome of the game, he was like, "How you so confident you're going to win?" I said, "Bruv, we've beaten you like the last. This might be the 8 times now we've played you in the last. It has to be more than that."
You know what the craziest thing is?
Look,
John Wall is looking like an absolute steal. And he might be the player that the Lakers actually needed.
This is what I was saying. When everyone was saying, John Wall, Ross traded.
Yeah.
I was like, no. I said, bruv, at least John Wall's going to like, I understand.
John Wall's definitely a better 3-point
He's
shooter.
going to
than
shoot.
Yeah,
He's going to shoot
100%.
better. And the thing is, I saw how he improved his shooting. Anyway, even like before he got injured, he was starting to improve. He's come back now, and he knows, okay, I've had a serious injury. I can't just go off athleticism alone. I need to add them jump shots because he was making key jump shots in that Lakers game.
Bro, John Wall
shots.
came in, yeah, and I was like, okay, yeah, you guys are fucked. Like
he fit, bro. He's still quick.
They were trying to disrespect his jump shot as well.
Yeah, they were.
They were
They
trying to.
weren't
And I was thinking, what?
stepping up to him. John Wall is averaging in 21 minutes, by the way. He's averaging.
He missed the game as well.
Yeah,
They're doing
we're
load
doing
management
crazy
already,
load
yeah.
management with our guys. So already PG, Kawhi, and John Wall have already sat games, so it's fine. I'm cool with that. In 3 games, John Wall is averaging 14.7 points, shooting 50% from the field, 2.3 rebounds, 3.7 assists, 1.3 steals. His 3-point shooting isn't great though. He shot 0 for 4 in the Laker game, which has brought it down. But he's shooting 27% from the 3. However, in the 2 games that he's played since the Lakers,
Better than 8.
yeah, 100%. In the 2 games since the Lakers game, he shot 3 for 7 combined, which isn't terrible. And he's playing.
But the game's comfortable for him. Like it doesn't.
He's not
seem,
forcing it
he's
at all,
not,
man.
He's not.
He's getting his buckets in the flow of the game.
He's very relaxed. I don't know, man. So you said that you read that Russ wants out.
Yeah. So, I saw online. I didn't check my sources because that's too much reading. But they were saying that Russell Westbrook actively wants out of LA now.
Is that why he's got his hamstring injury right now? You know, I saw that hamstring injury. I was like, yeah, he's getting traded.
I don't think it's even a thing of him getting traded. I think the hamstring injury is just them saying I think Russ was saying, you guys keep blaming me for these L's. Let's see if you guys win when I'm not there, and they fucking didn't. But yeah, if Russ wants out, I don't know how. The only way Russ is getting out of LA is a buyout.
Yeah, before the season.
And Lakers love a buyout. They're still playing Luol Deng.
I think this is the final year.
It's finished now.
It's finished.
It's finished, yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
finished.
Only just though, innit?
Yeah, just finished.
The thing is, I don't think they're gonna do that because
That's what 50 ends.
50 ends and if or you can just pay it all once this year and just be done with it. They gave him at one point he was actively being shopped. I think he still is being shopped. If that Buddy Hield and Miles Turner offer is still on the table, then maybe.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, if I'm the Lakers, I don't do that trade. Write this year off already because AD is not good enough. LeBron, if we're being honest, I just don't think it makes sense to put that kind of load and expectation on a guy who's about to be 38 years old. Like, come on, man, let's be realistic.
I can't do that right now.
Who's trying to fuck me up? Yeah, it's too much. It's too much. I think write the year off. accept it for what it is, yeah, and keep your draft picks. I'm telling you right now, yeah.
Do they have a draft pick this year? They ain't got a draft pick.
No, the picks that they're gonna. No, it's not talking about this year. Talking about if they trade Russ, the only way the Pacers are taking it is with those 27 and 29 draft picks, isn't it?
Yeah, they need to not.
If they give those picks up, I am telling you, the Lakers, they're already done out here, but they need something to hold on to. They have to pause because there's nothing to look forward to for them. Think about the fact that they're going to be asked probably for the next 3 years now, and the Pelicans are going to be taking their. That is, the Pelicans are going to be getting their.
So
picks.
why do you think they're shopping? They're not shopping AD.
I don't think they wanted to accept it. I think that's something they should definitely consider.
Yeah, they're just trying
now.
to start. Listen, they're just thinking like, we've guided a lot of our young guys, for this guy.
All of them, not even a lot.
We have
your
to
whole
leave here
future,
with
you.
something.
Yeah.
He's got
They
to finish
have.
his whole contract.
They've left there with something. They got
And
the ring.
They did get a ring. So
Take the ring and trade him, man. I just don't think you
if
should
the
be
ring
too
wasn't
proud.
there, pissed. But
Oh,
because they've
100%.
got that ring, at least it's
Yeah.
okay,
100%.
cool. So, but honestly,
I would trade AD, and I don't even want like a massive. I want if I'm the Lakers, I need draft picks back.
What's it about Chicago guys that always get injured and they're long-term injuries as well? What's happening in that?
We got Derrick Rose, obviously.
Jabari Parker, Anthony
Yeah.
Davis.
AD. There's a few still. I feel like with AD though, I think also he doesn't look in shape.
He does not know.
I don't know if anyone's gonna say this,
No.
but he don't look like
I've
he's
said
in
it
shape.
from this before. He doesn't look as explosive as he is. So I
Yeah.
know the guy is not. He is not. This summer, all he done was play Fortnite and make videos.
Yeah.
That's all he done because he is
He-
not
like-
in shape.
Because you know him and Nurkic were running at the same speed, and Nurkic is 290 pounds.
He's a big boy.
that AD, have never seen AD be this slow and sluggish.
I think he looks slow as well, just because he's not like they all do it. They don't get back on defense. Like at all.
Or do you think the fact that because he had to move from the 4 and play like a 5,
He put on more weight,
he's put on more weight?
which is the worst thing for him because I think the weight is the reason why
Yeah.
he's
he
got
was
hurt in his
only,
career.
he's good when he's slim because now he looks a bit bigger, but
Pelicans AD.
they can't put him at the 5, man. AD's just not. We just can't put him at the 5.
Yeah, but
Leave him
that's
at a 4 to be.
but that's why the Miles Turner trade made so much sense.
Exactly,
You had
yeah.
you had a rim
You
protector.
got to stretch 5.
Yeah.
But it's the things that come with it again. Like those draft picks, they can't let them go because you know you're not because you know what your team is right now. Unless you're telling me that you can trade Anthony Davis and something else for, I don't know. If the only way the Lakers can move forward can get better going forward is to free up cap space to go and get someone else in free agency or recoup some of those picks back. And they're not going to be able to do it because Russ is not a hot commodity in the league. No one's going to give up even one first round draft pick, let alone multiple draft picks to get Russ. I don't even know if AD's going to warrant that right now with the way he's there on the scoring efforts, and I think last night he out rebounded Jokic. He did. He out rebounded Jokic last night. But he's just not the same guy, man. He's not the same guy that Jesus. He's not the same guy that the Lakers decided to give up. And let's go back and look at who they gave up.
14 rebounds.
Brandon Ingram, balling as he balling, yeah. Lonzo, who at this point it's a bit sad about his career in terms of the injuries and stuff. But there was times last year in Chicago where he was looking like, yo, this guy might be legit. Like Magic might have been right.
Yeah.
Josh Hart, great role player. And how many draft picks? I think it was 3 or 4 years worth of draft picks.
Which ended up being, who was it? It was Jackson Hayes was one of them.
Jackson Hayes. I think what's his face was one as well.
Trey Murphy or Herb Jones.
I don't know if it was one of it. I don't know which one of those two it was, but I know Dyson Daniels was the.
Oh
Lakers pick
yes,
as well.
yeah.
I know for Dyson Daniels exactly. So, L's, bro. A whole bag of players for a guy who can barely stay healthy and keep it pushing.
And talking about the Pelicans, literally really quickly, they're so deep, so deep.
They've got
Honestly.
a lot of depth in that roster, and one thing that I like to see about them is that they're not like they understand that Zion and Brandon Ingram are their best two players.
Yeah,
but the other guys can get buckets. Didn't Trey Murphy come out and shoot 100% from the field and had 22? Was it
8 for 8? And what was it? It was 23 points, 100 from the field, and didn't miss a free throw. And also CJ McCollum, I think went 6 for 20 or something, some stupid number. They still won.
Yeah.
Bro, like they have so many different scorers. And I'm not saying I expect Trey Murphy to come out and be that guy.
Yeah.
However, I think he should at this point he should be the starter in that team.
Who's Trey Murphy?
Yeah, man. I don't know where or how. I would move BI to the 2 because
But that's what he's playing now. Herb Jones plays the 3. Yeah.
And I get that Herb Jones gives you defense and
because when you do deeper, like Valentunes in the post, he's still gonna get buckets.
He's a solid double-double.
He was playing.
He's solid. So you're gonna get offense from out of him.
Yeah,
you're gonna get out CJ McCollum. You're gonna get out Zion and Brandon Ingram. So Herb Jones just like, okay, let me just
be that lockdown defender, which is
Brandon
smart.
Ingram can then pick up whoever,
and then they've got Trey Murphy coming off the bench.
Dyson Daniels.
They've got
Devontae Graham.
Yeah, who I didn't think was gonna get much minutes, but he is.
Jose
Alvarado as well.
Yeah.
And then one more guy.
Larry Nance.
Yeah.
They're doing a lot.
I think they're hungry. I think they're gonna make a lot of noise this year. I think we called it before the season started. They were gonna be a playoff team.
Yeah.
If Zion could come back and stay healthy, they're gonna be a playoff team. And I'm almost to go as far as I think they're gonna end up load managing Zion anyway. And I think they're still very much going to be a playoff
Well, they
team.
could do. They got the resources this year. They didn't have it the year previously.
Because if Zion steps out, you can rejig that starting five, and
Yeah.
Trey Murphy can come in. And I think is he 6'9"?
Yeah, he is.
He
And then Herb Jones will just play the 4,
bro, like
and be that Swiss Army knife for them.
100%. And now you've got way more floor space on your team as well. Yeah, the Pelicans are exciting to watch. The Pelicans are very exciting to watch.
So, more or less, the Lakers are cooked. Not much they can do.
Cooked.
And the Pelicans are just basically just taking everything away from them, and they're a serious, very, very serious team. I like the way they look, man. I really do like the way they look. There was something else that you.
So, I have. So we're talking about the Utah Jazz, the team that no one loves. Okay, I thought Utah were gonna go and complete tank job, and they still very much can, but they have not started that way. I don't know if I know that's not Danny Ainge's intention, because this team are not built to.
Well, Danny Ainge has tried to tank before, and it hasn't worked out for him.
What, in Boston?
Yeah.
They're 4-1, bro. They're doing too much.
I think I don't get it, but I think part of it is the fact that they still have guys they want to trade. Like they don't want to keep bringing Mike Conley onto the court.
Yeah.
I think he has to go. Jordan Clarkson has to go as well, and just dive all the way into this young guy rebuild, innit?
Yeah.
Like Colin Sexton's still coming off the bench. I thought he'd be a starter on that team.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, same.
Larry
10 minutes.
Larry Markkinen.
Lowry Bird.
He is going insane, going off, and I'm telling you, it's the confidence that he got from playing with the Cavs.
Yeah,
going in as his own player. It's like he's playing at Arizona again.
Also, I think he's been given
the keys.
a position
Yeah.
and a positionless role. They're not saying play the 4 or the 5. Like I think he's comfortably the 3 on that team now.
Yeah.
The same way you guys were playing him in Cleveland, they've got him in that similar role. He seems to be getting up and down the floor. Okay, at 7 foot though, bro, like I didn't think it would work that well for him. Especially once he got a bit bigger in the league and like in terms of like weight wise.
Yeah.
But him in Utah, I think he's gonna have a great time over there. I think it probably is one of the places he'd be able to succeed the most. Get the opportunity as well to build up not your minutes, but you know what I mean. Like in terms of the
get
league,
your reps in.
Yeah, man. Like that's a great opportunity for you. I saw Taylor Horton Tucker jump higher than I've ever seen him jump in the Lakers the other day and posterize someone. I think these Utah guys are just hungry. I think there's a lot of guys that have a lot to prove. They want to make sure that they're in the best position. And you know what? Yeah, it's rare that you're on a team where guys actually want to tank. Like no one wants to be on a losing team. It's bad vibes. Yeah. People are depressed all the time. So I can tell these young boys came out and said everyone's gonna every night think that it's gonna be an easy dub. They're gonna rest players against us, and they came out and they were serious, man. They're very, very serious. So 4-1 is no joke. I think they do need to maybe look at what San Antonio are doing. I mean, San Antonio even have a winning record right now. I think they're 3-2.
Yeah.
They're not where they want to be.
Popovich came out post game and he was like, "Yeah, we're just not going to show up for the next game."
Bruh, like I'm a bit surprised by a few things I've seen so far.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now though, yeah, because this is a very big possibility. If the Lakers are terrible and I mean terrible enough to have like one of the worst records in the league. The Pelicans
Could get
Victor Wembanyama. Like, that is a real possibility.
If that happens,
With
Brandon Ingram,
Zion,
Zion Williamson, CJ, and Victor.
New Orleans about to get super lit. If that happens, New Orleans is about to get super lit.
And you know for a fact he's bulking up in New Orleans as well.
Oh yeah, they're gonna ask Zion what he was doing when he was there.
Exactly.
Victor, you need some of that. Them beignets. Yeah, man.
No, that would be
That'd be crazy. I don't think.
No, I can't like that.
They will probably be the hardest team to match up against as well, because of the guys we just listed. Who do you even go up against? They still have Bird Rats and CJ McCollum, by the way, so they can keep bringing him back.
Yeah.
Like, CJ can sign an extension the same way Dame signed one at the end of last season. CJ can sign the same kind of extension. I don't think he will. In my opinion, it cripples the team when guys take those massive contracts. But he could definitely get his bread for another couple of years, 3-4 years. I think if he signs an extension, he'll be on contract for at least the next 4 years. Brandon Ingram, he's going to be due an extension in the next year or two.
I think he's got another 2 years.
Yeah, he was 16. I think he's got...
Zion just got his.
Yeah, I think Brandon Ingram has 3 years left on his current deal. So at the end of next year, I think he can get an extension.
I wanted to ask you guys this, by the way. Since we're talking about food in New Orleans, what about Popeyes in Minnesota? Like, what's going on there?
See... Yeah, okay.
What's going on there? Because I watched that and I didn't know how to react to it.
What Kat said, yeah?
Yeah.
It's more what Anthony Edwards said, but what Kat said.
Yeah, but Anthony Edwards didn't say anything.
What did he say?
Just that people been asking him about like his diet and stuff like that, innit?
Yeah.
What he eats, and he's like, I eat like a regular person, innit? Like I eat Popeye, isn't it? I like fried food.
But the thing is, it's not like if he's having Popeyes every single day, that's the problem.
Yeah. People would disagree with you, man. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if you know who Chad Johnson is, Ocho Cinco. Mm-hmm. He swears by McDonald's. Like he said, he used to have McDonald's
every day
for most meals every single day, especially game days and stuff like that. Innit? So don't wrong, these athletes are different, innit? But Cat is 100% right.
Yeah,
Cat is 100% right.
Because I just don't think he should have said that. That shouldn't have been a public.
Why?
Thing to say. That should be kept in house, man.
Why?
Apparently Edwards is weighing at like 240. Like
no
he's
way.
he's only like £10 off of Cat.
You're concerned now, innit?
But that boy still runs, moves, and flies.
Yeah,
but you can tell he's gonna bully ball soon.
Yeah.
But
he's been bully ball. I've been seeing him in the post a lot. But but £10 off of Cat, and the guy is still flying like this.
Yeah.
If he gets any lighter, he about to fly over the whole backboard, bro.
But it's reason to be concerned because it's all good now, isn't it? But like
because he's young, so it's like
he's still jumping high, which means he's landing heavy.
Yeah, and his metabolism is
crazy high. He's like what 21?
Stupid high as well, and especially from obviously athletic background, cool. Mm-hmm. So I think I get the concerning part, but I'm not gonna lie. In Cat's first 2 years, I know he weren't doing what he's doing now.
100%.
So what you're saying is like the thing is, end of the day, this is Edwards' second year,
third year, bro. Yeah.
Third year. So it's Edwards' third year.
Is it his third year?
They got drafted in 2020.
Oh, we did.
So first 2 years, first year is gonna be a mess. Like the money's good. He was number 1 pick, so the money's good.
His money's always good, bro. He's on 10 mil minimum every year.
So calm, but like, fam, he's not gonna be like, okay, cool. Let me hire a personal chef to do all my meals. Like, he's not gonna get into that now. It's something that you have to learn as you go. I'm not saying that you can't come straight out the gate like that, because in college they put you on these programs, but also college as well. It's not always sweet, but you do what you can do. But I just think it just needs to be about balance. So I get his Cat's concern, because like, I know this Popeyes thing is funny, but fam, and also how many people I know obviously it's COVID there as well and everything and health, but maybe also hits home as well. Like there's a lot of close people to Cat has passed away, and obviously health is like, listen, teammates.
I would have kept it private though.
That's what I just think that should just been a thing where he just talks like, look, I understand you're young, your metabolism crazy, you're still moving like that, but let's at least start with a balance.
Yeah,
it can't be every day. Let's say.
I don't even think he said he even ate every day, innit?
But he just said it's like a rec. So it's like, bro, as long as he has a balanced diet, he's calm, man. I don't think it's that deep. Like,
yeah, I don't necessarily. I don't think too much of it anyway. Like, I think it's just at the end of the day. Even though we treat Anthony Edwards like he's been in this league for a long time, he hasn't.
Yeah.
So Cat is still most likely his vet. So at the end of the day, it's just an older player saying to a younger player, like an older brother saying to a younger brother, look, I know it's all good now, but in the long run, you're gonna thank me.
Yeah.
Do you think they listen to Cat?
I think you have to. Because even
after last year, I think
Cat is still the best player on that team.
Yeah, but Pat Bev was the enforcer last year.
He was 100%, but he's not there anymore. Who's the enforcer now?
Because I think
it can't be Cat.
First
of all, no one's listening to that French breadstick. Yeah. I think that Edwards listened to Patrick Beverley more than Cat.
I agree that. I wholeheartedly agree.
I understand because we get how
there's much more of an age difference as well. Like a lot of that does make a
100%. And I'm also on a thing where like last year, okay, I'm Anthony Edwards. Last year, I was the best player on this team.
According to what?
No, he was the best player on that team.
According to what?
He was the best player on that team. When they needed buckets,
but okay,
in the playoffs, when they needed buckets, it was. And
even if it wasn't the whole season, even if it wasn't the whole season, I am one of the best players on this team.
Yeah,
it's out of him and Cat.
Yeah,
that's it.
It was
out of them two, right? Cool. Now, Cat's hasn't been as consistent as me this year. And when it mattered most in the playoffs, Cat was nowhere to be seen. I was carrying the load as Anthony Edwards because in the playoffs, he was the one.
Edwards averaged 25.2, yeah, and Cat averaged 21.8.
Yeah, he was the best player on the
Cat
team.
Had 10 rebounds still, but yeah,
as he should. But he was the best player on the team. When it came to postseason now, he was carrying, and this is my second year, and I'm carrying you, who's supposed to be an all-star center.
Yeah,
and then you want to come here and tell me about. What all this advice you give me, what has it done for you? Because you come playoffs now, you sucked. Regular season, all right, cool, you're good. When it mattered most, you sucked. Why should I listen to you, bro? Like, I hear what you're saying in terms of, cause I'm not gonna move mad and eat on him as a lean. Like, I saw what happened to Zion. I ain't trying to be like that. So I got my balance and I know what I'm on. But fam, and obviously I know that he's had a rough start to the season, but he's picked it up now from last game, and it's just like, I don't know, man. Like, I won't say he doesn't listen to Cat. I think he's just like, all right, your older brother, or just tells you, like, all right, cool. Like, I'm gonna take it in it, but let me just enjoy a bit. Let me just live how I live in it. Like, I know what I'm on. I know what I'm on, and I know I can, switch it on. But boy, that Timberwolves team, I don't know, man. I'm still kind of I'm skeptical about it. I feel like, I don't know, Gobert.
They lost to Utah as well, by the way.
Huh?
They lost to Utah.
Yeah, they did.
Utah beat them.
Yes. And it's it's like the offense is, it's really weird. Like, it's not super weird, but it's just one of those where having Gobert there defeats a lot, because when Gobert wasn't there, you know that Towns can go in and out, right? Pause. So he can do that. That opens.
Is that a pause?
Yeah.
Okay.
That opened the that opened the lane, for Edwards just to be dunking on everyone.
Yeah.
Now that Gobert is there and sitting there, it's like, fam, Edwards can dunk on someone, but dunking on two people now with help, no, that's long.
At 2
it is long. So he's obviously settling for more jump shots, and like a lot of more post games, but. Yeah, he's not good because he had a bad first, like, I think he only had, was it the game that they just lost or the game before?
And you know what? I think the Timberwolves are missing Vanderbilt on that team.
I think it helped them with floor spacing.
Yeah.
Edwards is averaging 22.8, 7.4 and 4.6.
And he's had a rough start to the season, man.
Yeah. It hasn't.
This is a rough start.
7.4 rebounds.
7.4
rebounds. What the fuck? Also, I saw that game where Rudy Gobert actually played basketball, and I was so confused what the hell was going on.
Well, where he was shooting the threes.
Not so much that. Just his. I think he had like 23.
Oh yeah.
And 17 or so.
I thought you were talking about that pre-game.
No. He
video.
had a mad game. So far, Rudy Gobert averaging 13.6 and 14 rebounds, 1.6 blocks.
So he's doing what he was brought into. What's Cat averaging?
Bro, how is
tell you,
Anthony Edwards and Carl Anthony Towns averaging basically the same amount?
Gobert had 23.16 rebounds.
But what's Cat averaging?
He was 20.4 points, 7.4 rebounds,
What?
5.2 assists,
How many rebounds?
7.4
So they're both on the same amount of.
rebounds. Yeah,
But I can't lie. I have to put a lot to the fact that Cat is not a perimeter player.
yeah. And
He's averaging 5.2 assists. 59% true shooting. I think he's
Gobert's
still.
averaging 14 rebounds. He's taking
everything,
a lot
yeah.
of
That's what I'm
those
saying.
rebounds,
So the Cat don't really need to be in there anywhere near as much. Damn, he's not. He's taking.
Is it impressive though? Like what's his field goal percentage?
45? Not terrible.
Huh?
45%. Who you talking about? Gobert or thing?
No, I was talking about Cat.
Yeah, 45% on 15 shots a game. 37% from free. That's quite nice.
I was even looking at D'Angelo Russell. Like, I'm concerned. Obviously, he's averaging 17.4 rebounds, 6 assists.
He did
17 points.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he don't look
He
like
did.
it. But
He did a crazy ankle break on Conley the other day. Crazy.
This team are interesting actually because their scoring's quite well spread out.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like their starting five must be responsible for near enough,
majority of their
90 to 100 points.
100%.
Interesting.
I couldn't tell you one person on the bench though.
Mike Beasley.
He's
Malik
Jazz.
Utah.
I said Mike. I'm even mad.
Yeah, I don't know a single person on their bench. Jordan.
I remember
Who?
someone. But
Jordan
McLaughlin.
yeah, that's one. Yeah.
The only name because
Torrin Prince.
Is he still there?
Yeah, he's still there.
Kyle Anderson.
They did bring him in. They did bring him in.
He should have gone
he's just
somewhere else.
inactive.
Either way, I don't really wanna waste time talking about Minnesota right now, just because I feel like the dynamic is going to change a lot in the next year.
Yeah.
There was one more thing you wanted to get off your
100%. Paolo Banchero. So I'm gonna get Paolo's numbers up. I have not yet decided. You know how every year there should be one team. Read them out, please.
24 points per game, 7.6 rebound, 3.2 assists.
What's his? All right, here we go. 0.8 steals, which is fine.
So
not shooting great from the 3-point line.
Yeah, from the field goal, he's 44.8% field goal percentage.
But this guy is taking 19 shots a game.
Yeah, he's shooting poor from the three, but
that's okay. It's okay. He's young. He's got time.
Yeah, he's got time.
But he scored 29 against us.
He dropped 29 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal. He shot 60% from the 3 in that game.
He was so clean with
from the
it.
free.
Do you know what? Yeah, I feel like he could have the opportunity to be one of the highest scoring rookies, have one of the highest scoring rookie seasons we've ever seen, because Orlando have absolutely nothing to support him. He's gonna have all these great games and they're gonna lose most of them. Orlando are 0-5 right now. They haven't won a single game. Their second best player is Franz Wagner, who was a rookie last year. He's not bad.
Yeah,
he looks good this season.
He does.
Well.
He had a great Eurobasket.
Yeah.
He had a good Eurobasket. He's coming to the league. I've seen him. Them two have both. I think there was the game where Paolo had 27. I think Franz had 22. Like them two, that's a nice little 1-2 combo. I can't lie. They need to sort out their guards.
100%.
I think that brother who was dunking in Tim's, and that's all I'm ever gonna call him now. The brother that was dunking in Tim's, I don't think he's a. I think he's a point guard because he's short. I don't think it's
he's really a scoring guard.
It's not his designer style of play, and I think he's quite erratic.
Because they've got no one to really handle the ball and control the pace of the game.
Jalen Suggs, who
it should have been Markelle Fultz.
It should have been. They definitely shouldn't have paid Fultz the money that they paid him, but they paid him, and
Jalen Suggs didn't play in.
People don't learn. Jalen Suggs has. I think he missed at least 1 or 2 games. But he started game 1 when Cole Anthony wasn't there. And I don't know what it is. He's not much of a factor. Was it you or Jules you said Gilbert Arenas was talking about him, saying how he's not that guy, and he's slightly not looking like that guy. I can't lie.
And they're giving a lot of minutes to
fucking Bo.
Yeah, they're giving a lot of minutes.
Bo. I was on this podcast
21 minutes.
and I was tweeting about how all these teams, Denver wasted him. They brought him in, let him play all these preseason minutes, and then never gave him any time.
They played him in the bubble, do you remember?
Yeah, and he was
cold.
cooking. He was cooking. Yeah, he wasn't cooking as a bit extreme, but he was getting nice buckets in it. Like, it lets you know the guy can play. He's now getting time to play in Orlando.
Yeah.
And he's having good performances. He's having good stints in the game, to the point where, I'll be honest, if I'm Orlando, I start him at the 5. Like are they? I think Orlando are starting Wendell Carter Jr. Wendell Carter is great.
I don't agree with that.
Wendell Carter is great.
Put him on the bench, man.
Who, Bobo?
Put Wendell Carter Jr. on the bench. Start Bobo.
I don't think they will do that just because I think he's going to be the highest paid player now, just by default. Because Jonathan Isaac has not played basketball in how long? 2 years?
2 years.
Oh boy.
2 years. He's still there. Marco Fultz always injured. I just think you drafted right in Paolo. You had the opportunity to get Chet. You had the opportunity to get Chet. You had the opportunity to get Jabari Smith. It looks like you've made the right decision going with Paolo.
Yeah.
You want to be in the right position next year. If you get that, I don't think it's a question. If they get the number 1 pick, everyone knows who they're taking.
100%.
But they're also in a good position because as long as they have a top 3 pick, they're going to be able to fill one of their needs. Either go and get yourself Victor and have yourself a generational center, or go and get yourself a nice guard in Scoot Henderson or Nick Smith.
Yeah.
One of those 2 guards will be perfect for that team.
Yeah.
But I think for now, they're just going to keep riding the Paolo wave until the waves crash, bro, because I think it's perfect. Give him 20 shots a game and just tell him go get yours. Do whatever you need to do. Do your thing. It's perfect. It's perfect. Orlando are in a very, very bright spot, in my opinion. Yeah, Utah should really look at what they're doing and say, we should probably be moving like that. Stop playing these old guys that aren't really going to be around next year. Play your young guys. Let them develop. What every player should do on 2K when they do a rebuild. Let your young guys get all the minutes. Play as much as you want. Let the offense run through them, so that when next year comes and you get another good pick or another great player to add to the team, your young guys have the experience that they needed to be able to start thriving, man. And I think Orlando in a great spot right now. Yeah. I'm sure they're happy with everything going on, even if they are losing. And the wins will eventually come. I don't think they're gonna have a win this season will be extreme, but I think they can have 15 wins because there's gonna be times where people don't show up. Quick point. While we're talking about young guys and rookies, yes. I mentioned Jabari Smith Jr. You see him and Jalen Green arguing on the bench.
I liked it.
And
arguing on the bench.
And Eric Gordon was just sitting there.
Like,
yeah.
You know them ones, yeah, where you come home from a night out with the boys, had a great time, popping bottles, having a great time, and your girl's just yelling at you. Why you come home so late? Making all this noise, waking me up. You're just sitting there like, right, I should have stayed out, That's the face that Eric Gordon had. He was saying to, I'm too old for this shit. I cannot believe these boys out here making all this noise. He seemed so unfazed. It was crazy. Yeah. But yeah, them two are yelling at each other.
I kind of liked it though.
I think it's good because I think it shows
that they both care.
Exactly, that they both care. However, I don't want it to be a situation where they're fighting for the number 1 spot, the alpha dog spot.
Yeah, but I think that number 1 spot right now is Kevin Porter Jr.
yeah.
And then
which it really shouldn't be, to be honest.
It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be, but it is.
Him and everything, but
yeah,
they gave that nice little piece. He better be.
Yeah,
he better be.
They gave him the insurance
because it was good for him and Jalen Green. A good little 1-2 punch. Mm-hmm. And I can't lie, Jabari Smith.
He's interesting.
It's like I'll call a spade a spade. He don't look like he's the top 3. Was the top 3 pick. He don't look like it. And the thing is, I clocked this from pre-season. I said, yeah, he was never gonna go number 1.
I think we're just early to it. I think he's gonna have, because I think his game relies a lot more on skill and stuff like that. His upside is not with the athleticism where it is with Paolo now.
Yeah,
Paolo, I think is pretty good now. Yes, he will get better in terms of skill, but there's a ceiling to it.
Yeah.
Jabari Smith's skill ceiling is much higher. Like when I think of it, I compare it to like Brandon Ingram versus Ben Simmons, where Ben Simmons looked great from early. Once he started playing and stuff like that, it was all physicals, but his skill had a ceiling. Whereas Brandon Ingram just needed more time, more minutes to develop and get those kind of reps in. Because you look at the style of scoring that they have, like Paolo's shooting threes, but he's not a shooter. Jabari Smith is a shooter. He just needs to get the game experience under his belt, and I think he'll be into it. So I don't expect him to be like a great player for a little while, but I expect to start seeing flashes now and again for the next 3 years, I'd say, of just he's working his game. He's getting to that kind of point where,
you know who I'm really enjoying watching right now. The what's his name, Benedict Mathurin.
Okay, so if we're doing Ricky watch, Mathurin has. I saw him do a windmill. I don't know if it was the first game or preseason.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't know he could jump like that though. Like very, very clean, very athletic. And he's been having, I think he had a run of like 3 games of 20 points or something like that. Yeah. Where he's in a perfect opportunity to thrive because Indiana do not have, outside of Halliburton, who's also having a very good season, by the way.
Yeah.
Outside of Halliburton, they don't have anyone really. Like, again, they're leaning on their younger players to come and contribute. So Mathurin's looking quite good.
Jaden Ivey, I'm liking a lot.
Yes, Jaden Ivey and Cade Cunningham are in full effect, I would say.
I'm liking them a lot. It's just, I think their front court.
It's a bit messy.
A bit, because they have a lot of guys who do the same thing in the same positions.
Like, when I look at the front court, okay, cool. I mean, Bogdanovic, he's just a vet there. So, Sadiq Bey, I think he just still needs to pick it up. He's on the slow run, but he'll pick it up. Beef Stew.
Man said Beef Stew.
I don't know about him. Like he's kind of, he ain't giving much.
I think one thing that Detroit.
Oh, Jaden Ivey didn't get no minutes against Atlanta. What? Why are you not?
He might have been hurt though. He might have been hurt.
There was no coaching decision, no inactive, just zero.
God knows.
Yeah, something had to happen because it wouldn't make sense.
Because he
illness.
Exactly.
Okay,
he starts
cool.
that team, so he'll be about.
That's
I wanted to quickly shine a light on a couple teams. Cleveland, first of all, while you're here, I might as well
take it to the ring.
We need to soundbite that. Yeah, Cleveland. So, game 1.
Yep.
Garland got poked in the eye.
Yep, against the Raptors.
Gary Trent Jr. is a criminal.
Mm-hmm.
Absolute criminal. That was so unnecessary. It was so unnecessary. No, it was unnecessary. It's the start of the game.
You can say it's unnecessary, innit? But at the end of the day, I want people to be competing from game 1. Yes, I'm not happy that Garland got hurt, whatever, but it's all
competing. He could obviously.
It wasn't a situation. It wasn't a Marcus Smart situation where he's going through the back of Steph Curry. It wasn't like that.
Your hand shouldn't have been that high.
Bro, the ball is being through his gardens here, and it's not like he won't be competing because he could have still guarded him full court.
Yeah.
Had some sort of discomfort, but the ball was in between Garland's head and his hands. You are not getting that ball unless you're going through his face. Because he was coming from behind him, So, coming from that angle, and the ball being that high, your hand is going to go right across his face.
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
Now Garland's wearing shoes like Stevie Wonder.
As long as you don't shoot like Stevie Wonder, it's fine, bro. You know what I'm saying? But in that time, I mean, Donovan Mitchell has really just like been like, cool, I've done this before. I've carried the offensive scoring load for a team.
He's so much more efficient on this team, though.
He is because there's other tools on the team.
Yeah,
outside of Matt Conley and a Bogdanovic.
We had a conversation. When was it? Yesterday, when we was talking about Evan Mobley.
I need more
if he's having a sophomore slump, right?
Yeah.
And then what did he get last night? Last night he got like 22 points.
But it's what I'm telling you, he is fully capable of being that guy. Like, I know he's fully capable of it. I don't like when I see he had a game where Jarrett Allen outscored him and out-rebounded him. I don't ever want...
No sense.
Rebounds I can live with, but, bro...
Scoring?
I need at least
Need
18
more.
and 8.
Yeah.
And he can do it. You've seen that he can do it.
Yeah, I know. But you know what? Just watching it, being able to see what our team looks like after what I think is that 4 games we played so far. I don't even think we played our 5th one yet. But seeing the team itself, like, we're just energetic.
Yeah, man.
Like, Jedi Osman is looking great off the bench.
Yeah, nice.
Kevin Love's shooting like a full clip, and he's hitting every single one of them.
External.
But I just enjoy it right now. And to be fair, like, I knew Donovan Mitchell was going to do this if Garland was out anyways. The one person I was worried about was Levert playing out of his position. But looking at him now,
I have questions for him.
he's looking
What questions do you have for him?
he's looking righteous.
What's going on with Levert, bro?
What do you mean?
Last season, he looked like a deer in headlights. He looked like a deer in headlights. Like, he was so uncomfortable. I don't know what it was.
In the playoffs, he wasn't good.
He was arse.
Yeah.
He was arse. But, like, this is what also Donovan Mitchell was for. Something's happened to Garland. Usually at this point, Levert would have to kind of squeeze in there, and he's not giving the vibes that he should.
Oh, he's shooting terribly.
Who, Levert?
Yeah.
100%. Because it's just like, it's good because Donovan Mitchell can then still play that role because he had to do it in Utah, so he can still play that role. And having moved the Cavs where Jarrett Allen, I'm not gonna say he's like a really good player, but he at least he's got a bit more moves.
Yeah.
So
He's a better finisher.
Yeah, better finisher.
Yeah.
You know, you got Mobley who inside out can do whatever. Like, he's got a good supporting cast, so it's like, it's not too bad. So this was what it was, where if ideally, obviously, once they're both back, is going to be great, and numbers will fluctuate in that, but they can carry the load each. One night, Donovan Mitchell, he's passing, guys got the hot hand, go off, other way, boom. It's a very good backcourt to have. So
I would say he's averaging career highs in assists at 6.2, which is actually quite high. And then,
so obviously, is he playing? I know he's usually he's meant to be coming off the bench as a shooting guard, but with
He's
Garland
playing.
being
He's
out,
playing.
he's playing the 2 guard, isn't he?
I think Okoro's playing the two
Okoro's
guard.
coming off the bench.
While Garland's been out, Okoro's been starting, I think.
Has he?
and Donovan's coming at the 1.
Yeah.
No, Okoro's not starting. He's coming off the bench. I don't know what's going on there, but
Yeah, I thought he was going to turn into Iggy.
I thought he was going to do
That's what they were comparing him in the draft
He's
to.
looking like Iggy now.
because they're not even starting Okoro. They're starting that what's his name? Let me get his name again. That Wade guy.
Dean Wade.
There's some racism going on there because I've seen the guy play. He's not that good.
Yeah, there's a money laundering scheme.
What's
with
going
Dean
on
Wade.
with that, bro? Honestly, just looking at the last game, Mobley had 22, 3 and 3.
Yeah.
Wade had 12 and 3. Allen 18 and 16.
And you got the number 1 player of the night, the dunk on Bobo.
Donovan Mitchell 14, 8 and 4,
Yeah.
which is a bit washed for him.
But he did, and it was really good to see. But he's got the franchise record for the most amount of points in the first 3. I think the first 3 games.
Yes, yeah.
Damn, and LeBron played for them.
Yeah.
Karis LeVert 10 and 6. Jedi Odman 14, 7 and 3.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We're winning games.
Yeah, that's all that really matters.
And
We're 3
like
and 1 right now.
it shows what type of team we are. If Donovan Mitchell is going for 14 points, and I don't think it was efficient that night either. And we're beating teams. Now I just need to see it against the bigger teams, because obviously we lost against the Raptors, but it was fairly close. The other teams that we've been playing, if I'm honest with you, I haven't worried about.
Yeah.
But I need to see them against.
You guys have Boston on Saturday.
Yeah, and I need to see what they look like against Boston.
Choose Boston on Saturday, then the Knicks, who have been playing very well. Then Boston again.
Maybe RJ Barrett was right. The last time I came on,
Yeah.
I was
Harsh.
a bit
I
aggressive
just saw the dunk on.
on Bobo. Yeah,
Extremely harsh.
but I was a tad aggressive.
The Knicks are 3
really
and
good
1.
never.
3 and 1 currently. Jalen Brunson, who I'm gonna say I'm wrong.
The Knicks are they're just
Jalen Brunson,
washed, man.
Jalen Brunson last night had 27 points, 13 assists, and 7 rebounds.
Yeah.
And he was scoring in a very timely manner when they needed it. However, I will stress they're playing against the Hornets that have no Melo Ball. What's his face? Terry Rozier didn't play as well.
Yeah.
They started Dennis Smith Jr., who had 14 and 11.
Miles Bridges ain't there.
Miles Bridges is not there. Montrezl Harrell is no longer there. Did Booknight play? Booknight.
Yeah, he did.
Is he back?
Apparently, he
No, I
never
think
missed
he
any
never
time.
left.
This is crazy.
What do you think Michael Jordan's doing out there? You know, if Victor goes there, it's game
He
over.
can't go there, bro. He's going to turn into a drug dealer. He
Yeah.
can't go there,
Get
bro.
rich or die trying.
Start
Victor.
selling mushrooms or some shit.
Yeah.
I think. Oh, also, I'm gonna have to give Tom Thibodeau a little shout out because he's giving Cam Reddish some fucking minutes, bro.
He looks good.
But for how long, man?
Yeah.
It don't matter
That's
for
the
how
thing.
long because he's
Like-
giving them some fucking minutes.
Cam Reddish deserves these minutes. He deserves it. I just don't want to
That game against the
tease him.
Celtics, where he hit that clutch shot
yeah.
to take it to overtime, he needed that.
Yes,
man, Cam Reddish be getting-
You mean the Grizzlies, sorry?
Was it the
Yeah,
Grizzlies?
yeah,
Yeah,
Grizzlies,
Grizzlies. Sorry, yeah.
Cam
Yeah,
Reddish
22 and
needs
5 in
some-
that game. But there's no there's still no consistency. But yeah, New York are playing pretty well.
What they did? Oh yeah, 3-1. I don't.
I'd say so far. I mean, looking at it, Milwaukee are 3-0, Boston are 3-1, New York are 3-1, Atlanta are 3-1.
Cleveland, Washington.
Washington are 3-1, surprising. Cavs are 3-1.
Not too surprising.
Bag of teams are 3-2. Bumhouse Nets 1-3.
I don't know how to add that energy.
Sorry. Bumhouse Philadelphia 1-4, which is tough. I can't lie.
Philly have problems. I don't know what it is though.
I can't see what the problem is.
Doc Rivers.
PJ is not being PJ offensively.
Fuck Doc Rivers.
PJ and being PJ offensively. Joel
I said
Embiid.
offensive. I don't care about his
Yeah,
offense.
but no, I'm saying that in terms of like what he was there for to make corner threes. Joel Embiid, I don't know what it is, but he's not looking. Do you know what it seems like? Yeah, he's gone for MVP twice. He's been shagged. Scoring champ didn't happen, and it's like, what more can I do? Not saying that he's given up, but it don't look like he's like, yo, I'm got in for MVP.
Yeah.
Embiid. It's a bit of a slow start. Like I said, first game against the who was it they played with their first game? The Celtics.
Yeah.
He just looked very sluggish. Like, he didn't look like Embiid. I don't know what it is.
And he always starts the season strong.
Usually he starts season strong. Then he might slump like maybe 2 games, but then he'll pick up and.
Yeah.
But this time, I don't know, man. Embiid is because Harden's looking good. Harden's looking good.
Very good.
He's looking good.
He's looking like himself again, man.
and he said that's what this season's gonna be about.
Step back, James.
So yeah, but Embiid, like, bro, why is it when one up, one goes down, bro? Like, I mean, he's still got time, and I reckon Embiid will do something. But man, I don't know what, I can't see what the problem is in Philly, but it just looks a bit off. It looks weird. It looks very bad. Who did they last play? They played Pacers. Yeah, they won against the Pacers, and then they lose again.
They lost to everyone. They lost to Boston and opening night.
They lost to Milwaukee.
Yep.
They lost someone. I think they've
Again, they've had a pretty tough schedule. I won't lie. Like, they haven't played the easiest of teams, but
yeah, they were 1-4.
like, they lost to Toronto last night, which, in my opinion, they should definitely be beaten.
Yes.
No one, like, Gary Trent Jr. went off for Toronto. He had 27. Siakam had 20 and 13. Siakam's guarding and being guarded by Embiid. Embiid had 31, 5 and 3. The 5 is a bit concerning. Maxey had 31, 6 and 5, crazy. Harden had 18, 9 and 7, which is pretty cool. Like, there's just zero depth on that team, innit? Like, once you go past those three,
Yeah, because like,
Melton had 12 points. No one else in that team.
yeah, so,
PJ Tucker had 8 points. Like, and then after that, everyone else had 3 points or 0.
So their bench is their bench is thin.
1, 2, 3,
There's not much
4,
they
5,
there's not much they
6.
can do. That's why I said like
Toronto had 6 double-digit scorers. Philadelphia had 4. Like, and a lot of time that
There's
makes
nothing
the biggest difference in it, because when it comes to the point where there's no distribution or all the points coming from one direction, you know now where to send your double teams.
yeah.
You can't really double Toronto in too many places, because once that anyone who's open is gonna knock down or make something happen. Like, they're all scoring at this point, which I kind of have to give credit to Nick Nurse for, man. I can't lie, because I've counted Toronto out on so many different occasions where I just don't think they're good enough to be one of the better teams in the East. But they're coached very well, man.
And they just do it.
They're coached very well. I don't really get it. But they're just coached very well, and they know how to execute on their shit. So
Yeah.
boy, oh boy.
One other team that I want to speak about. Nice hot start. They lost yesterday only because obviously their star guy went out of a calf strain. But Portland Trailblazers. Oh, what's going on there? Like, Simons is moving relentless. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Damian Lillard, he's just doing what he does, man.
It's still Dame time.
Yeah, he's
It's
still Dame time.
I would say them adding Jeremy Grant.
Yeah, and Josh Hart as well. Like, they're
And-
adding people who can defend.
Yeah.
So that
I think they brought in a bunch of wings that they needed. I think his name's Shaden Sharp.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gary Payton's the second. He's not fit
He's
yet.
not even back yet. No.
So add that another defender now. It's going to be good.
Yeah,
They got blown out by the Heat last night, but before that, they beat the Nuggets by 25, beat the Lakers by 2, Suns by 2,
yeah.
and then the Kings by 7. So I mean,
The Heat handled them, but
yeah, they played 3 teams that were in the playoffs last year, and they beat 2 of them, which is like pretty nice. Let me look at this Nuggets game, because
That was the game where Jokic took like 4 shots. Was that the game?
when
Jokic, he had 9, 9, and 9. He had the police 9, 9, 9. That boy is. Dame had 31. Simons had 29. Grant had 21. That's nice.
Yeah, it's a nice little call.
Nurkic had 13 and 12
they've
and
got
6. Nasir Little had 11. Shaden Sharp had 11. Like, it's tough to stop teams who do shit like this, where their scoring is spread out in such a way.
Yeah.
What else is it?
Yeah, it's true. But they're looking good. We'll see what they do in the future. I mean, because a lot of teams start high and then, but I think with what Lillard's got around him,
Yeah.
it's not bad. Like, the main issue was they couldn't stop no one. Now they've added defenders. It gives them a chance.
If their games are close, I mean, they've got one of the best closers in the league. So that's not really a problem. And I think Simons has finally been given the keys.
Yeah.
I think last year, during, he was told, like, do your thing, whatever. But because Dame wasn't there, the games were never really competitive.
Yeah.
But now, we saw him score
22 points in 6 minutes.
Oh, fuck, that's crazy. Like, and he's a shooter, innit? Like, he's not a spot shooter. He's a scorer. Like, he's got handle and stuff like that. But like, he's not. This ain't 22 points all layups or 22 points all threes. We're talking about dribbles, right, left into.
It literally just looked like another Dame.
Very, very slightly, yeah, man. I can't lie. I don't know how it's gonna look come playoff time or going forward or anything like that. But for now, Portland have at least shown enough to Dame to say, they already showed him enough to say, yeah, don't go anywhere. If they're now good enough to be a playoff team, again, this team is not winning the championship. I haven't changed my perspective on that, but I think if Dame for some reason did choose to leave, they wouldn't have to go into full rebuild mode. They have their next guy. Do I think he's ever going to be a superstar? Probably not. But he's going to be a very nice scorer in this league for a while, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. That is very true. Yeah, I just think that the start of the NBA season this first week has been a bit. It's exposed a few holes. Kind of see where teams need to go. It's been a bit back and forth and off. What was something going to say?
LeBron just posted on Instagram with a post of him like dunking the ball, saying, "How long will you be taken for granted? Keep going, kid." Alright.
So it just goes to show that there is
What
problems.
is going on?
Lakers.
What is going
The
on?
beef they have is internally. What I think, right, is I think that LeBron is frustrated with Rob Pelinka and Jeannie Buss. Number one,
He's frustrated with everyone because
so
everyone else
the
is being
team,
shit.
So is the team. First of all, is the team because the team sucks. AD's not like he saw AD in the bubble and saw how good he was, and he was like supporting him, and obviously he's backing him, and his words just been thrown at his face. The rest of the team just suck. They can't make shots. He's really complained that they're not shooters. So, and LeBron has always had success with shooters. Cool. That's the team is frustrated at. Then we go to Rob Pelinka. He don't know what he's doing because look at this sorry ass team that he put around me. This makes no sense. And then this makes no sense. Like everything that he's done and been doing.
Mm-hmm.
The only good thing was okay, cool. He got AD. They won a ring. Great. After that, it's just been downhill because
he's going to try and get Rich Paul.
You're trading people you're trading people from your championship team to get. Like, why would you do that? Because the season before, where they obviously got knocked out by the Suns and AD was injured, it wasn't looking that bad. I wouldn't have blown the gasket then. So that's a problem. Mm-hmm. Then there's frustration with Jeannie Buss because it's like, bruv, are you the leader or not? You know Rob's moving mad. Mm-hmm. Tell him how it is. You know that it makes more sense if Rob's moving mad. I should be in these discussions. I'm not in discussions, but yet you're here on Twitter saying, I wish Kobe was alive. Bruv, do your job now. Do your job now. Like, what are you doing?
Facts, she ain't lying.
It's like, bruv, she ain't... Jeannie Buss ain't busting it down. She ain't leading, bro. She's not doing anything.
LeBron is averaging 25, 10 and 7.8. At 37 years old.
Fine wine.
Bro, like...
It makes no sense, man. Like, they're wasting LeBron. Like,
I'm not even going to say they're wasting LeBron because LeBron's on his own mission this year. I know what
he's still
doing.
got his own mission, yeah. But I just think...
It would have been great if he did this in a year where they made the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's the thing, and every single time where LeBron always like gets an accomplishment in a game, always loses that game. So now this accomplishment for the season and to not make the playoffs, that's gonna look bad. Like I don't know how, but they've got to at least make playoffs, even if they come out first round. But
I think this year is a success for them if they go into next season not having either Russell Westbrook or Anthony Davis on their team, and they've already confirmed that Russ ain't gonna be there no more. Yeah, in my opinion, AD has to go just because you gave up so much to get him,
and he's given up now.
If there's any value in him, move him and see what you can get. Whether it's a younger player, like I would even take you getting another vet player to put with LeBron. Maybe not too old though, because that never seems to really work out. Yeah, it does. But if you can free up cap space, because I don't see how the Lakers can have any cap issues if Russ isn't there next year anyway. Let alone AD also not being there.
Yeah,
that's that between them two. That's what 90-something million, freeing that up now. We look at who's a free agent next year. I say that like I know off the top of my head.
Let me see who's a free agent next year.
I don't think there's anyone crazy though.
I think you know what? There's something about Chicago that makes me think he might go back.
Who? AD?
Yeah, and it could be something like DeRozan actually gets his
wish to go to LA.
Yeah, and then Vucevic goes with it just to make up for
if you're Chicago, why would you do that though? AD is not worth. Would you if you're Chicago, would you even do AD for DeRozan one for one? Right now, no, you wouldn't.
I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. But I could see Chicago doing it.
I could see Chicago trading Lonzo and something else for AD.
Really?
2 broken players.
Oof.
You don't think Chicago will Lonzo? Or you don't think the Lakers will take Lonzo?
So free agent.
I don't think the Lakers take Lonzo.
Huh?
Free agents. Obviously, yes, there's Westbrook. There's Chris Middleton, James Harden, Kyrie, Porzingis, Kevin Love, D'Angelo Russell,
I can see
Al Horford, Nikola Vucevic, Draymond, Harrison Barnes,
Draymond.
So 2 guys there instantly.
Yeah.
Draymond and Kyrie.
Yeah.
They'd both have to take pay cuts.
And
if
Kevin
AD,
Love.
If AD's still there, bring Kevin Love.
Kevin Love off the bench.
More.
Nah, I don't think Porzingis is going to take a pay cut as well. I think Washington are going to have to pay him because he's...
Yeah, they are. They're going to have to anyways.
Yeah, but Miles Turner is a free agent, so they could always end up getting him there.
I think they could look to... Don't worry, I think they'd want to keep AD, but if they could go AD, Kyrie, and LeBron next year, I think they'd be happy. But
yeah.
And Draymond as well, because I think Draymond will take a pay. If Draymond has to take a pay cut, I think he'd just go to LA because
they'll end up playing Draymond at the 5, even though
AD's
AD's there. They end up
work
playing
better for
Draymond at
them.
the 5. Then AD can be fine and happy at the 4. Bron at the 3. Oscar at the 1. At the 2 now.
I just wish it was more entertaining to watch the Lakers, but honestly, they're horrendous to watch because they keep shooting through. Explain this to me, yeah. I saw the Lakers against Denver. I think AD had an and-1 on like within the first minute against Jokic. They didn't go back to him in the post for most of the game.
Yeah, he's not the number one option.
But it's not even about number one. But why he's playing like he's 6'2"? Like it's like he's scared. I think AD might be hurt. You saw him after, like you said, when
hanging on the rim.
He's back.
That's what I'm saying.
He's labouring around, man.
I think what it is here is that
he's still hurt
because he's
or he's hurt again.
Yeah, I think like he's hurt or like the sort of pains are still lingering, and I think the reason why they're still lingering and all this such is because he's not fit. He's not fully fit. He's not healthy, and I think the way his body is right now is disagreeing with him because he's always been good when he's been
slim.
Let's say slim, fit. So right
you
now,
say slim what?
Say
slim.
Okay.
I thought I heard it too.
Yeah.
Heard what? Huh?
I thought you said slim thick.
Yeah.
Thick? No.
But he thought it as well. That's what I said.
Not thick. I said slim and fit. Slim.
Oh,
and fit.
okay.
I didn't say thick.
I had to what? Huh?
That's
what did he say?
You don't be listening to too much R&B, yeah, because now what I'm saying is but yeah, man, there's too many issues there, man. It's horrible to see, and it just I don't know what they're gonna do, man. Honestly, I don't know what they're gonna do.
Hopefully there's a solution. That's all I'm hoping. I really hope
they have to trade Russ to get something. Otherwise,
Yeah.
that's what they have to trade him. If they don't trade him and get nothing, and it's gonna be hard because we all know after the season he's gonna go wherever he can.
Yeah.
So, and who knows? He might end up back in Washington.
Nah.
Yeah.
Russ next year will be going
Washington.
Spurs.
No. He can go to Washington. He'll be with
Or
Bradley
he'll
Beal again.
go. Yeah.
With Zingas. Like that'll be a calm situation for him.
Or he'll go to Thunder. He'll just go back.
I see him trying to get to the Clippers.
Whoa,
No,
stop
Sam,
it.
man, John Wall's there
can
too.
see
I
it.
don't want to hear it. Stop.
I can see him
Stop.
trying
From the reason why he wasn't even there in the first place is because
He's a fool.
But the thing is, no.
He's a fool.
Basically, what it was is that
He got butthurt that we wanted Paul George and not him.
yeah, but there was meant to originally be a trade to Toronto where him and Paul George obviously go there, and then they can keep Kawhi in it. But I don't know if it's true that Kawhi did it. But I don't think it was true. But it could because they were saying how Kawhi didn't want to not. I don't think he wanted to play Westbrook or didn't want Westbrook's team.
Yeah, he saw what Russ was.
And no, but the thing is,
Don't
I don't
do
think
that.
that was true, just because
He did.
that year, the years that Russ when he was there, he was playing clean.
Yeah.
In the playoffs, it was Paul George who was choking. Pause. He was choking.
When he was at OKC,
Yeah,
Paul George was the only player on that team that choked.
bro, he was. Come on, like
No.
first of all,
No.
come on.
You're
Like,
talking about in OKC, not even Clippers. You're talking about
I'm talking about OKC,
when they lost to
Utah Jazz.
and then Portland. the year after.
Paul George
Yeah,
was
yeah.
arse in that playoff
that-
series.
yeah.
Look
and
at
then the year
Russ.
after,
Look
he
at Russ.
was arse.
Look at Russ.
Yeah, he was trying to do what he can because Paul George weren't doing niche.
Look at Russ.
You're saying look at Russ, you said, but what about PG?
No, I'm
He
not.
was arse.
I'm not.
He was arse.
I'm not absolving.
He was arse, bro. He was arse.
Paul George of anything. I'm just saying, you're giving Russ a lot of praise when we know who Russell Westbrook is.
Bro, but putting Russ Westbrook with Kawhi,
2017.
I think
playoffs.
Russ with Kawhi would have been much better than Russ with LeBron. 100%.
Why do you think that?
I just think because
Oh, too
Him
bad.
and Kawhi-
Russ was born in the 2017 playoffs. Is it 17 I'm talking about, or is it 18 and 19?
You tell me.
It's 18 and 19. No,
Are you sure? It was not
Yeah.
17 and 18.
no,
Where did Russ move from the?
19. The same year Paul George came to the Clippers.
So it was 2017, 2018.
2018, 2019. Russ averaged 29.7 8.3, 12 rebounds, 7.5 assists.
That sounds pretty good.
So was that still kind of there.
There we go.
And then the year after was 22,
There we go.
10, and 9.
There we go. So
we got Paul George.
But like I said, I think just because, not saying him and Kawhi are not boys like that, but I think because they're not, is him and LeBron are much
Paul
closer.
George averaged 28.6 and 8 rebounds in the 2019 playoffs. So I don't know.
2019.
Yeah, let's say 2018.
No,
20
against the Jazz. I'm saying against the
They
Jazz.
only played. They were both first round eliminations. So, and then the year before that, he averaged 24.7, 6 rebounds, 2.7 assists.
I hear that, but there was like choke jobs in like 2 games.
You're
bro.
talking about choking, please. Okay.
There was,
Same BDSM.
bro. Find the
box score.
Yeah, I'm gonna go because I'm sure there was a game where he had 5 points, bro.
Magic Johnson just tweeted, "I'm agonizing over the Lakers play, the lack of shooting, and the 0-for-4 record. If my Lakers don't start shooting better, this could be a long season for us Lakers fans." Nah, he's. Do you know what? Yeah, Magic. Magic is that bitter ex. Yeah, that anytime they see their ex like not doing well, they gotta speak on it. They gotta say something.
Okay, so the game against Utah, it was game 4 or was it 5? I think it was game 4, but he played 40. Yeah, he played 45 minutes. Yeah, 45 minutes. 5 points. 3 rebounds, 8 assists, 1 steal, 6 turnovers.
That sounds bad.
Say that again.
that sounds bad.
45 minutes.
Yeah.
5 points.
Paul George.
Yes, 5 points, 3 rebounds, 8 assists, 1 steal, 6 turnovers, 2 for 16 from the field. He shot 12.5% from the field. So 0 for 6 from the free.
Okay, cool. In other news,
he made 8 free throws.
In other news, Patrick Beverley just said sorry.
Where were they saying this, by the way?
I'm on Bleacher Report.
Oh, okay.
Patrick shutting down.
Patrick Beverley said, yeah, and this is about their shooting that's yeah. He said, well, I think we were shooting 20%, and today we shot 26%, so we got better. Let's end the podcast.
I'm just gonna say,
let's end the podcast.
Pat Bev, you have to rate. I know what I'm saying. He's a funny guy, bro. He's a funny guy. That statement alone,
he's insane.
He's a crazy.
You know
guy.
how LeBron was saying when they asked Pat Bev, what's your favorite LeBron highlight? He said, when I stole the ball from him on Christmas Day. Yeah. LeBron's like, what's wrong with Pat, man?
What is wrong?
What is wrong with Pat? Nah, let's wrap it up.
Yeah. So, boy, we're gonna see how week 2, 3, and 4 go of the NBA. We'll see who improves over the next 5 games and who doesn't. See what happens to the Lakers, especially.
I expect the Lakers to have 1 win between now and next pod episode, and I don't think they will.
I think there was a thing where their first 7 games was tough, and I said
I think they're going to lose to the shit teams as well, man.
Yeah, unless LeBron scores 50 in it.
Just wait till they play Utah. Utah's about to put 100 in them. Oof.
Yeah, man. But other than that, that's the end of the podcast. Make sure that you guys are following us on all social media platforms: Twitter at Take It to the Pod, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok at Take It to the Rim Podcast.
Tiki-toki.
Just make sure you're sending in, like I say, questions, topics, all that stuff as well. Take all considerations down. Yeah, and keep locking in with us as well. Keep sharing the episodes, push it out there. Anything to say, Cameron?
Nah, shout out to Teon. You know, first episode was so good you came on, we had to get you to come back. You know, bro. It's happy to have you here. Anything you want to plug, Teon?
No, honestly, just appreciate being here. Obviously, I feel like a vet now.
Yeah, man. Comfortable, innit?
Yeah, but yeah, man, we'll end up having a theme song on this show as well.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. Right now, we've just got Take It to the Real.
Soon gonna transform as well, man. Soon gonna
Let's
come
go
through, man. But yeah, as Jules always says, because he ain't here right now, he out here enjoying that sun. Over and out, baby.